IELTS 18 Test 1 Passage 2, Forest Management in Pennsylvania, USA. Today we learn how managing low-quality wood can help sustainable forest management. This passage has 13 questions, including information location, feature matching, and sentence completion. All questions test your ability to locate key information in the passage quickly. Mastering keyword location skills helps you find answers quickly and save time. The passage has 7 paragraphs, from A to G. It mainly discusses forest management methods in Pennsylvania. Passage 1 to 3 introduce the concept of tree value and the problem of low-use wood. Passage 4 to 5 introduce 2 specific cutting methods, TSI Cut and Salvage Cut. Passage 6 to 7 introduce Shelterwood Cut and the importance of keeping some low-use wood. The heat map shows information location questions focus on paragraphs A, B, C, E, and sentence completion on paragraph G. Let's look at question 14. It asks you to find which paragraph mentions the bad results when people only care about money from a forest. Please pause the video and try to find it yourself. The keywords in the question are only financial reward and bad outcomes. We need to find a paragraph that has both of these ideas. Paragraph B starts by saying people only cared about the value of trees as high-quality timber. This is only financial reward. Then it describes the problems: competition for growth, shade-out regeneration, and decrease health. So the answer to question 14 is B. Let's look at question 15. It asks you to find which paragraph mentions the factors that decide a tree's worth. Please pause the video and try to locate it yourself first. The core of the question is factors that decide a tree's worth. The key words are factors and worth. Scanning the passage, the first sentence of paragraph A lists the factors that decide a tree's worth: species, size, form, and so on. So the answer to question 15 is A. Let's look at question 16, find which paragraph mentions that wood can be used to power vehicles. Extract keywords: wood, power, vehicles. Scan paragraph C and find that wood can be made into liquid fuels for trucks and cars, directly matching the idea of powering vehicles. So the answer to question 16 is C. Let's look at question 17. It asks you to find which paragraph gives examples of insects that attack trees. Please pause the video and try to find it yourself. The key words are examples of insects that attack trees. We need to find specific insect names. Scanning paragraph E, it lists several insect names like hemlock woolly adelgid and Asian longhorned beetle. So the answer to question 17 is E. Let's look at question 18. It asks you to find another name for trees that produce low-use wood. Pause the video and try to find the answer in paragraph B. Extract keywords: alternative name and trees that produce low-use wood. Scan paragraph B and find the alternative name junk trees, which matches the question's alternative name. So the answer to question 18 is B. Next, let's move on to the features matching section for Q19-21. Let's look at question 19, find which researcher or cutting method aims to remove diseased trees. Please pause the video and think first. The core of the question is remove diseased trees. Keywords are diseased and remove. We need to find which cutting method targets sick trees. Locate paragraph E. It mentions salvage cut and states this cutting reduces the number of sick trees, which perfectly matches the question. So the answer to question 19 is B. Let's look at question 20. The statement says, to generate income across a number of years. Please pause the video and try to match the statement with feature option C. Extract the core clues. The statement emphasizes generate income and across a number of years. We need to find in the text who mentions that income can be spread over many years. Locate paragraph F. The text says, a Shelterwood cut can develop a 2-tier forest so that there are 2 harvests and the money comes in spread out over a decade or more. This directly matches the statement. So the answer to question 20 is C. Let's look at question 21, to create a forest whose trees are close in age. Please pause the video and choose the correct person from options A to D. The core of the statement is, create a forest where trees are close in age. The keywords are close in age and forest. Locate paragraph F. It describes a method called Shelterwood Cut, which leaves a young forest where all trees are at a similar point in their growth. This matches the statement close in age perfectly. So the answer to question 21 is C. Next, let's move on to the completion section for Q22-26. Let's look at question 22. The statement says, thinnings and deadwood removal are for what? The blank is after 4, so we need a noun. The blank is after 4, so we need a noun. Fire prevention is a common phrase meaning stopping fires. Let's go to paragraph G. We see this sentence, thinnings and dents and deadwood removal for fire prevention. The original text directly has fire prevention. The word fire is directly given in the text, no need to change it. So the answer to question 22 is fire. Let's look at question 23. The question says, the tops of cut trees should be left on site so that their what can cycle back into the soil? Before the blank we have there, and after it we have cycle back into the soil. So we need a plural noun that can be recycled into the soil. Based on the keywords tops of trees cut down and cycle back into the soil, we locate paragraph G. There is a sentence that matches exactly. The original text says, the tops of trees that have been cut down should be left on the site so that their nutrients cycle back into the soil. Notice, the word nutrients appears directly in the original text. No replacement is needed. So the answer to question 23 is nutrients. Let's look at question 24. The question says, trees with many what are important habitats for insect predators? Please pause the video and try to find the answer yourself. The word before the blank is many, and after it is are, so we need a plural noun. The key ideas in the question are trees and habitats for insect predators. Based on the keywords trees and insect predators, we locate paragraph G. There is a sentence, trees with many, which has the exact same structure as the question. The original text says trees with many cavities. Cavities is the word we need. Note that this word is directly given in the text, no synonym replacement is needed. So the answer to question 24 is cavities. Let's look at question 25. The statement says many species, like hawthorn, provide food for wildlife. The blank is right after like, so we need a specific example. The word before the blank is like, which is a preposition. It should be followed by a noun. The sentence says many species, like, so the blank should be a specific species name. Let's go back to paragraph G. The phrase provide food for wildlife is our key phrase. We look for this meaning in the paragraph. At the end of the paragraph, we see, for example, many species like hawthorn provide food for wildlife. The word hawthorn appears directly in the original text. So the answer to question 25 is hawthorn. Let's look at question 26. The statement says, finally, rare species of trees in a forest should also stay behind as they add to its structural diversity. Please pause the video and try to fill in the blank yourself. Let's analyze the clue before the blank. The blank is after finally, ____ species of trees and before should also stay behind. We need an adjective to describe the type of trees. The statement says these trees add to structural diversity, so the adjective should mean uncommon or rare. Based on the phrase structural diversity in the question, we locate paragraph G. The last sentence of paragraph G says, finally, rare species of trees in a forest should also stay behind as they add to its structural diversity. This sentence matches the question exactly. In the original text, we see rare species of trees. Notice that the word rare appears directly in the text. This is a word directly given by the original text, no synonym replacement is needed. The phrase structural diversity in the question also matches the original text exactly. So the answer to question 26 is rare. Now we move to the summary part. This will help you organize the skills you just learned. Trick 1, opposite meaning / detail distraction. Test makers often change a positive to a negative, or add small details to confuse you. So the answer to question 22 is fire. Trick 2, wrong subject/made-up information. Test makers give features of A to B, or create information not in the text. So the answer to question 24 is cavities. Trick 3, paraphrase/main idea. Test makers use different words to say the same thing, or ask you to find the main point. So the answer to question 26 is rare. One reminder, for gap-fill questions, the answer word is always in the text. Do not create your own word. Check singular/plural and word form. Now we have the vocabulary summary. This part will help you remember the key words and paraphrases from this lesson. Keywords: high grading, low use wood, junk trees, pests, pathogens. Remember these for the test. This lesson ends. Remember these tricks and words. You will handle similar questions faster next time. See you in the next lesson.